So we'll get started. So okay, there is a question on WhatsApp group. I'll just share my screen. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. So this is the link to join the WhatsApp group. In case somebody has not yet joined, you can just scan this and join. I'll also share it in the chat window. So with this, let's get started with some of the major updates from last 1 week. So one of the most interesting updates is some open source coding models. And this is interesting because a lot of people ask us that how can they use AI without having to pay a heavy price. So now there are a lot of interesting open source models, especially from China, that are really good at coding. So you can try out some of these things. Let me play this video to give you a quick overview of what's available now.
There's no audio.
Oh, there is no audio. Okay, let me check. Okay, I am not sure how to enable audio in this, but what I'll do is I'll just explain. So basically, this is a new model that has come out from Alibaba, Qwen 3, and this coder is being called or being said to be as good as Anthropic's Claude model, coder model, which is considered like one of the best available today. So it's almost as good as that, and it's available as an open source model.
Perhaps you could share the link to this video, then people can see it at their own.
Sure, I'll do that. So this is the link to this Qwen 3 release. And then I have something. The second interesting news was ChatGPT agent. So I don't know if you guys have seen this already. So this is quite interesting again. Just checking where is the...
OpenAI has just released a ChatGPT agent. This is an agent that allows you to both take action as well as research on the web. Effectively, this is a combination of both operator as well as deep research. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the post, and by the end of the video, you'll have an idea on how you can get started, as well as some of the potential limitations to be aware of. This is an agent that allows you to take action on the web, as well as some nice other features like being able to generate spreadsheets, slideshows, as well as a handful of other aspects. In this video, I'm going to...
So this is a new agent that has been released by OpenAI, which can do both. Like it can be used as an operator as well as it can do research. So it can also be used for creating presentations and a lot of such or spreadsheets and things like that. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but you can give it a shot. So those were two interesting updates from the last week. There was another interesting update that Gemini kind of became the was able to score sort of a gold medal in Olympiad, mathematics Olympiad. That was another kind of interesting update from the world of AI. With that, let me invite Sejal to share with you today's session. So today's session is around building an agentic platform, and it has been built by Sejal, who is not really a developer. No, she is technical person, but not really a developer. She is a product manager at FlytBase, and she built out a complete agentic platform for ATS, for the purpose of recruitment, hiring. So what will be interesting in today's session is, one, the thought process around building this product, because this product is a completely AI native way of recruitment. It is not a replacement for regular ATS. It is like orders of magnitude more powerful than traditional ATS. And the second aspect is the building of it, because it was built completely using AI. So not a single line of code was written manually. It was completely built using AI. So both those aspects are super interesting. So let's have Sejal share her story with us. So over to you, Sejal.
Thank you, Nitin. So, hi everybody. Okay, so Nitin has introduced me, so I'll just go straight to the point. Some of you who have been attending this session regularly would remember my previous session on a similar topic, but that was at a time when I was like very early in the problem. So this slide might be might be repeat for them, but for the newcomers, I'll just explain it once again. So, what is the problem? So what is the problem with traditional ATS, right? So the problem is that all the recruiters.
Screen, Sejal?
I think so. Let me just share it again. There seems to be a problem. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, it is now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So what is the? Okay, I hope everybody can see this video, like this slide.
Yes, we are able to see it.
Yeah. So what is the problem that currently our recruiters and hiring managers face? Like, I'm pretty sure everybody would be able to resonate with it. It's like we get 100 to 400 plus CVs a day, even more. And to review a CV, you need 5 to 30 minutes of proper time to accurately judge a person from that CV. A human needs that much time. But humans don't have that much time, because then that would mean that for 10 to 50 hours a day, we are just reviewing CVs. So what humans do, they develop shortcuts and they develop mechanisms that allow them to review a CV in 6 to 7 seconds. But what's the drawback of that? I'm pretty sure everybody knows those shortcuts, writing certain keywords in the CV, filling the CV with some fluffy words so that they can pass those traditional softwares that have those traditional filtering mechanisms. But what's the drawback of that? Now you have an entire batch of applicants who knows these tricks and who are filling their CV with these bluffs. So now there are more than necessary number of applicants on the other side of the table, like the past side of the table, where you have to review those past candidates. But again, humans don't have that much time. So what humans do? They create another mechanisms. For example, increasing the number of rounds that need to be there for a particular role. But what's the drawback of that? You have an insanely large period of time to review one single candidate, which is frustrating for both you, because you need good applicants as soon as possible, and it is frustrating for the applicants themselves, because now they have to wait for months to get an answer from a company. So all that are the problems of hiring in the pre-AI era. And to solve that, what we did, we created a CV screening system. So we used AI to create a CV screening mechanism. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you must have tried the same thing yourselves, and you must have hit a roadblock as to that the output of the AI would not have been reliable. It would not have been according to your standards. You would feel that, yeah, AI is able to review the CVs, but it's not reliably able to review that I can trust it blindly, right? Well, no, because the system that we built achieved a rate of 97% reliability. So we tested it across 1,000 CVs. Out of that, 90% of the CVs were analyzed exactly the way a human would have done that, if not better.
Sejal, your sharing has stopped again, in case you're sharing.
Okay, I don't know why this problem is occurring.
So what is interesting is some parts of it Sejal had shared a few weeks ago, but there are a lot of interesting updates on top of whatever she had shared last time.
Yeah. So yeah. So now what happens with so if any of you want to go and check out how we build this system reliably, you can go to the previous webinar that's there in our AI at FlytBase channel. But as Nitin mentioned, this session is for, like, once we had cracked the CV problem, we realized that there are so many different inefficiencies in the way we do hiring. And to tackle those, we created a whole lot of different mechanisms. So I'll just share the final output of that. The final output of the whole system that we built in 3 months is that in 3 people were able to process 7,000 applicants for 5 different roles in just 3 months. And by process, I mean end-to-end processing, from the time they got application in to the time we reached a decision as to whether we should hire them or not. And it is much more than just CV screening. We also have multiple rounds, and I'll be sharing that now. So this is the Agentic ATS that we had built. It is like you might think that it is like your normal everyday ATS. It has, like, you can see your jobs, you can see your candidates, but it is highly automated. Like when a person applies, their entry, like, they are automatically feeded into this ATS system. Their CV scores automatically comes, and you can see all their information here. The CV analysis is here. And
so how does the candidate apply, Sejal? Where do they apply?
So they apply at our form at AI Life at FlytBase. So we had a career application form there. They fill that form and they apply there. And as soon as this hit submit, their entry comes here, and our system analyzes their CV, whether their CV is good or bad, and they give a score. They give a detailed analysis. They give strengths, weakness, improvements, and all. But that's not there. If a CV passes, our system automatically sends them a mail about at what time they would like to schedule an assignment. And the time at which they have decided, okay, I'll like to schedule an assignment on Saturday, 8 a.m., our system automatically sends them that assignment link. So as you can see, this AI interview is done, tech interview is done. All of this is automated. Like the agent has automatically sent them the assignment link. They had scheduled the assignment at that time. The assignment interview link was sent them. They completed that interview, and the detailed analysis for that interview was here. So here you can see that these are the problems, these are the responses that the candidate gave to the AI interview. And not just that, there is a detailed analysis also, like the analysis by the AI agent about whether the candidate passes our criteria or not. So all of this is completely automated. And why that helps?
Sejal, you can close the meet window, the small window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of this is highly automated. And what this does is this decreases the overhead of our recruiters so much, because now they don't need to worry about whether they have to send links, whether they have to coordinate with the candidates at what time they're free or not, because our system takes care of everything. So they can worry about higher level problems, like how can they improve sourcing? What are the current bottlenecks in their hiring pipeline? So
Yamini has a question. How did the assignment link go to the candidate?
So we have N10 pipelines built for that. So as soon as the candidate CV passes, there is an automated email that goes to them, and that has a scheduler link. That link expires in 2 days. So when they click on that link, they select a time slot, and there's an N10 pipeline that sends them the assignment link at that time slot. So all of that is there.
So Ashwini has a question. Excited to understand the tech stack used here. I have wasted so many hours hiring for my team. So maybe he wants to ask something.
Yeah, I'll be getting into that in just 5 minutes. So this is an important thing that I wanted to show. So like I said, that
Screen sharing.
I don't understand why the screen sharing is stopping every time. I'll just keep this window open for yeah. So, like I said, that once that human overload has reduced, once our recruiters don't have to waste their time into coordinating with different candidates, they can spend time on higher level problems, on sourcing. How good are the sources? How good, how are they? What is the quality of the candidates they are attracting with the different type of posts they are putting out? So they can analyze the different source. They can analyze here how many candidates came, from which source did they come, what was the quality of those candidates, and then they can see, oh, this post is not attracting the expected number of candidates, so I should change the wording. Or, oh, this platform is not giving me the quality of candidates I want, so I should change the platform. And now you can put all your bandwidth on finding those gems that you need to evaluate. So yeah, so all this, you see, all of this was built in 1 week, and this was built by like, I'm not a web developer by background, so this was completely built using AI. I had created this using Cloud Code. So I'll just share the approach. So yeah.
So all this was done single-handedly. Sejal was the only person who worked on this, and this was like she can share the exact details of how she built it. And she's not a web developer. She's a technical person, but not a web developer. She's on the product management side.
Yes. So yeah, I'll just share my screen once again. And okay, so those who have been attending our other sessions know these tricks already. I'll just cover it in short. So I had used Cloud Code to develop all these this whole tech stack. So my approach, because I'm not a developer and I didn't have any support from the developer, I developed my own way of creating this application, and that started with creating comprehensive documentation. So I brainstormed with GPTs. I learned exactly what some key terminologies that I needed to learn. For example, what is a database? What are APIs? How does front end and back end database talk with each other? And this took me, I think, 1 hour, and I had a logical grasp on these concepts. Once I had a grasp on these concepts, I could run. So I leveraged Cloud Code. I developed all these documentation.
Sejal, this is Windsurf, right?
Oh yeah, because Cloud Code is a terminal-based application, so I wouldn't have been able to show the different documents. So I'm just showing the ID, Windsurf ID, to showcase the documents I created.
Using Cloud Code. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It was built using Cloud Code, and just because it's a terminal-based application, so I'm just showing the documents in here. So I created detailed API specs, detailed database schema, detailed like how my pipeline stages are going to look, how my different pages are going to look, and using Cloud Code, I developed this. But there were some other issues also. So before I developed this iteration, I had developed an earlier iteration which looked like this. And you might be wondering that, oh, the UI looks so bad, but no, it was much more than UI, because I'm also not a product designer. So I didn't know how to design good UI flows. I didn't know how to design good UI components, how to make it easier for my users, that is the recruiting managers and hiring managers, to use my application. So for that, what I did was I created my own custom GPTs. So I created ATS Objective Companion and UI UX Objective Companion. Their purpose, they had very clear purposes. The purpose of ATS Objective Companion was to critique on the feature that I want to develop. So whenever I got an idea, oh, I want to develop this feature, I used to post it there, and this guy used to ask me questions. Who are your primary users? What end value do you want to give them? What are the different scenarios? How are you going to handle the different edge cases? And through this back and forth, I was able to meditate on the feature and come at a very good PRD. Then what I used to do was I used to send this PRD to Lovable. That's another AI application. And I used to get to a first level of UI that I want to develop. Once that UI was developed, I used to then go, like, ask it to document the whole interaction, and then I used to come to my UI UX companion agent. Now this agent's task was just to critique the UI I have developed. So it is not just the look and feel of it, but also the interaction flows, the how the number of clicks that are happening, how connected are all the flows, so that all information is in one good place. So I used to post my flows and my screens here, and then my UI UX companion agent used to critique and find flaws in my design processes. And through this iteration, I was able to come at a ATS that whose interaction were very, very intuitive for my final users to use.
Sejal, your screen sharing is gone again.
Okay.
So Sejal is a very heavy user of custom GPTs. She has custom GPTs of all kinds, which serve as her advisors, as her like critiques and so on. So that's a very powerful hack on how you can do so much independently without needing to go to another human. So you can design all kinds of custom GPT to serve as your colleagues or as your critiques or managers or whatever you need.
Yeah, so you can see here's my ATS companion agent, here's my UI UX companion agent, and these are there along with a whole other agents I've created for my daily use. So by this iterative process, I was able to come up with it. There's one more thing that I want to show. Like I said, that I'm not a designer by profession, I'm not a developer by profession. Yeah, I'm not sharing, I'm just on Google Meet right now. So yeah, I'm not a designer by profession, I'm not a developer by profession. So I mentioned that an AI interview link would go, right? And an AI would take the interview and then it would analyze and then it would give you the final analysis, right? So I hope this is visible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so this is the interview dashboard. This is a separate application from ATS that I have created. So candidates receive this link. Once they log in into this they get this tutorial as to how to use this dashboard. This again, all these designs and everything has been created by GPT, not by me, because I'm not a designer by profession. But I realized that my candidates were not able to understand how to use the platform, so I created this tutorial for them at the start of login. Once they go through this tutorial, they can just start their interview process, and they can just start recording their responses, and the AI can analyze those responses. Yeah, so that is the gist of all the things that were done in the past 3 months.
Sejal, do you want to show how you connected all of this using N8N, or like how was that entire flow created?
Yeah, so just give me 1 second. I'll just open my N8N.
In the meantime, if anybody has questions, you can just post in the chat window and we'll take those up.
Let me know as soon as my screen sharing is stopped, because I seem to having some trouble with it.
You can see it now.
Yeah, so this is my N8N pipeline. You can see all the flows that I've created. All the deactivated ones are the ones that failed. But okay, so what happens is, once an application comes from our Life at FlytBase form, we see as to which role it is, and based on the role, based on the applied role, we trigger the relevant pipeline. So one more thing, that all our roles have different processing pipelines. Like some have assignments, some have interviews, some have AI interviews. So all that customization is done so that we can get the best possible people for our particular roles, and all that customization was possible in such a short time. So once that CV comes in, once that application comes in, it goes through this whole pipeline, which it has all the error edge cases in it. Like for example, if the candidate has forgot to share their resume, so they will get a mail, oh, you have forgot to share your resume, can you please apply can you please apply again by changing the permissions. If the candidate's resume is not parsable even then they get an error that, oh, your resume is not parsable. Can you please apply with a better formatted resume? So all those error edge cases have been handled here. So their resume goes through this pipeline, and then if they pass, they get an email, and once they in that email they select their time slot, and once they select their time slot, basically this pipeline waits here and then sends them the relevant assignment. So then they get sent the assignment or interview link. And in cases of AI interview,
another interesting thing that I should mention is even all the assignments have been designed so that candidates use AI to solve them. So they are very complex, very difficult assignments that are almost not solvable without using AI. Because we are hiring people only like who are able to use AI to get things done.
Yeah. So
and again, used like all kinds of like smart hacks in order to design those assignments. And in many cases, she is not even the person from that domain, but she was able to design assignments for those roles.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, that hiring managers don't have time. So they didn't have time to sit with me and design those assignments. So yeah, I had to brainstorm with AI a lot to create at some level of assignments which I could then quickly get overseen by the hiring managers or quickly get to candidates.
Your screen sharing is gone again.
Yeah, I switched it off. Just share it again. Yeah. So, and finally, this is the interview pipeline. So here, when a candidate completes their culture fit round, all their responses come in. There is an agent that analyzes their answers, and then they basically update the ATS with it, and we get a Slack notification that, oh, the culture fit round is completed. You can check out the round here. So all of that all the automation is currently being handled by n8n, which updates the database, and my ATS pulls applications for data from the database in a presentable manner. So that is how I'm able to tie all these loose threads together.
Right. So I think some people had asked questions how these agents were created. So it was done using this n8n, and all the front end and all the application was built using Claude Code.
Yeah. So I have a very detailed, I have a very good framework, that hack framework that I've developed for it. I'll post it online sometime later. We are short on time now.
Right. So we will be sharing a complete details on how this entire thing was put together. We will be creating some blogs, and we will be maybe even creating a repository. So we'll share it with the community in a few days.
Okay.
There are more questions. Go ahead, Sejal, if you have something more to share.
No. I was just going through questions only.
Okay. How do you block applicants' calendar on interview scheduling?
Yeah. So there are Google Meet APIs available. So whenever they get an email, we are able to automatically block their calendar with it.
Okay. Prashant has a question. Will so many .md files fill context window for each question you ask to Claude Code, or these are indexed and some kind of RAG is used to reduce the context?
Okay, so that's a good question. While my application is not that big enough to that warrants the use of RAG, but how I reduce the context for MD files is that I have a context type. So when you read a book, you have an index page, right? That guides you. Oh, this chapter is here, this chapter is here, and this chapter contains this much information. For learning this information, you go to this page or this chapter. So I have that file created. So that links to all different. So I have asked it that whenever you have a database question, you go to this MD file. Whenever you want to know about the different pipelines, then you go to this MD file. So I have created an index MD file for that.
Okay, we have another question. Great work with custom GPTs. I would like to know that did you give any specific prompt to work them as you want to? If yes, can you please share them?
Yeah, I'll share them. And yeah, they required a bit of prompting, because initially they were all like, oh yeah, you are making such great designs, and then there were so many flaws. So I had to put in some tricks so that they can give me honest feedback. So yeah, I'll share them.
Okay, next one is, do you compare skills from resume to the requirement to come up to a conclusion that CV is good or bad? Any logic applied?
Yeah, so the Yeah, so there is a very detailed logic that's applied. And like I mentioned that I had covered that extensively in my last webinar. So you can check that out for all the details there.
Yeah, so there was a separate webinar or this session that we had done a few weeks ago where Sejal had gone into the details of how CVs are being shortlisted. So their full context of the job description, everything and culture of FlytBase, everything is being used in order to shortlist CVs. And she had shown how she was able to achieve the accuracy rate on that to like 97%. Next question is around database. What database was used? I think Superbase, right? So,
Yeah, I'm also only familiar with Superbase. We are in the same boat.
right. Is it similar to other ATS tools like Zoho Recruit or recruitnicely.com?
Okay, so while I'm not exactly familiar with Zoho Recruit, we had used a lot of different recruiting ATSs that our hiring team initially used to use.
We used to use Fresh Teams and some other standard.
Yeah.
I think Zoho Recruit would also be very similar to that. So these are all non-agentic or traditional kind of systems.
Yeah.
So, Sejal, you
Yeah,
can go ahead and share key differences between traditional ATS and what you have built.
Yeah, so my recruiters told me that they love my ATS more than that. Why? Because first of all, the level of customizability that I am able to provide them. So this whole ATS that's built now, the hard coding is very less. So if I have to change if I have to add any new job, or if I want to customize the pipeline for any job, for example, if I don't want to have assignment, I want to have some other round in it. I don't have to go and code in my ATS again for that. I just have to do some configuration changes at the database level, and automatically the UI would reflect for that. So because this flexibility exists, my recruiters were able to conduct so many different assignments, so many different experiments for each and every role to see that, what works for what role and not, so that they can come at a pipeline that provides them with good candidates. Also, like I said, my ATS automatically gets updated, so they don't have to update it manually. And finally, it provides them the high level analysis they need. Like they can conduct experiments as to how each of their job portals are performing. Where do they need to double down? Where do they need to stop putting in efforts? What is the current bottleneck in the hiring process? What if they can also see that, so many people have been sent assignment, but only this percentage of people are submitting assignment. That means we need to change something in the assignment so that we can make it more attractive and more people can submit the assignments. They can spend their time in these high level problems, and they can worry less about updating the ATS or following up with the
I
candidate.
think the level of performance that Sejal showed, like how many thousands of applications have been processed over last 3 months, this is something which is almost like not possible with the traditional ATS systems. Even if they have some small AI features here and there, it became possible only because of the system being completely built in an AI native manner. And the beauty is it was built by just one person who is not even a web developer, and she was able to figure out the right way to leverage AI to design the system, to build it out, to test it out, including even designing the assignments for every role. I think we can even like conduct a separate session to talk about how each assignment itself was designed, because assignments themselves are very interesting and they have been again designed by Sejal, who may not know about every role, but she was able to engage the AI in the right way to get a high quality assignment design, which was later on verified by the hiring managers and approved that will be able to attract the right kind of candidates. Think there is another question around Harmony plugin and when will we be able to release it. So you are right, Prashant. I think we have not been able to put it together. So we are building, like kind of putting all these projects together. We will be releasing them on as a GitHub repo. We'll also share the updates on the WhatsApp group. So I've already shared the link for the WhatsApp group. We'll keep posting messages on that group as these projects are made available in open source. There is one question. Can you explain how job descriptions are changed overall for Agentic AI tool?
Okay, so that is a completely separate way. So that credit goes to our recruiters. They have created their own custom GPTs so that they are able to create detailed good job descriptions with just very less effort. So yeah, that is separate.
Okay. Great. I think we have covered all the questions. Any other questions? Just wait for a few seconds in case somebody has any questions. Awesome. So I think we have covered almost everything. What we'll do is we will be sharing more on this on the WhatsApp group. We'll put together a blog where we'll be describing all the different components, how it was put together, so that others can benefit from it. And if you have any questions, further questions, anything, just again feel free to use that WhatsApp group. I think Sejal is there, and she will be able to address your questions on the group. So thanks everyone for joining. Thanks so much, Sejal, for conducting this session. There is again the question from Vishal. Can you please again tell us the tech stack? Can you just briefly go through that, Sejal?
Okay, so all the automation is handled by n8n. The agents I have used are created in ChatGPT and Anthropic. The applications have been developed using Claude Code. The UI has been developed using Lovable, so that because Lovable is very good at creating UI interactions, Claude Code is not there at good UI yet. So for backend, Superbase has been used. So yeah.
Okay. One more question. Any external assessments used and how the reports fetched?
Can you just elaborate a bit more? I don't.
If you can speak up, Saili, we are not able to understand your question fully.
Yes, Ajal. So I just wanted to understand that do you guys conduct the assessment internally in FlytBase, or do you have any integrations with other assessment platforms? So how the reports or how the assessments are being conducted and how the score is being calculated? How do you fetch the report?
I'm assuming that you're talking about CV assessment. So yeah, that has been developed.
Not CV assessment. She's asking about like there are platforms where you can use for coding assessment or other kinds of assessments.
Yeah. So okay. So basically, the way we have done right now is that our hiring managers have created their own GPTs for evaluating these assignments that come for the AI culture. So that has been developed in-house. So we don't use any third-party or external assessment tool for any assignments. Everything has been developed in-house and by our hiring managers themselves.
Okay.
Right. So basically, whatever she has built, like everything is there are no other external tools being used for either assessment or for CV evaluation or anything. Like everything is being done through whatever Sejal has put together.
Got it. Thank you.
Great. Thanks everyone again. Okay, one more question. Silly question. Why not use only one between Claude AI or Anthropic? Why are you using both agents? Is there any specific reason?
I am guessing that you wanted to write ChatGPT and Claude. So yeah, so there's a reason for that. Major reason was that, see, because we are putting in so much automation, right? We owe it to our candidates to ensure that we give their CV a due chance. We ensure that their CV is evaluated at exactly this, like with a fair chance. Their CV it should not be that because for the sake of efficiency, we are not giving our candidates the time and effort that they deserve. So I had conducted very detailed test on the quality of assessment that comes from using different agents. So ChatGPT 4.0, O3, O1, Claude 3.5, HiQ, Claude 3.5, Sonnet, and I had conducted these tests on thousands of CVs, and based on the results, I was able to see a clear performance that Claude was way ahead than GPT for analyzing the CVs because there was so much complexity involved. So yeah, that is where. But for culture fit interviews and all, I found that GPT shines there. Like the performance of GPT and Claude is comparable. There is no upside there for using Claude and then using those expensive APIs. So then I was using GPT for that. So
she has basically used so many different things. So one was regarding these agents, and also for building the application itself, she used Claude Code, she used Lovable, and variety of things. As she, I think, learned what is good for what kind of purpose, then she was able to put those things together. Anything else to add, Sejal, here?
No.
Okay. Great. Thanks again. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll be back next Thursday with another exciting session on AI in action. Thanks, Sejal.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.